Alright, today we are going to talk about converting mixed numbers into fractions. Well, they would be improper fractions, and improper fractions into mixed numbers. So I guess just to give some definitions of these things, mixed numbers are numbers with a whole number and then a fraction. An improper fraction. So obviously, mixed numbers are greater than 1, right? So it's 2 wholes and 2/5, 3 wholes and 7/8. This one is 26 over 4. So this is an improper fraction, which means that the numerator is bigger than the denominator. And if the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it means that it's also over 1. Right? Because 4/4 equals 1, and anything more than 4/4 is going to have to be more than 1. Alright, so that's what mixed numbers are, that's what improper fractions are. Now, let's go on to how you convert them, basically, from one to the other. So we'll start with mixed numbers first. So the first thing is, we're looking at 2 wholes. So 1 whole in fifths, right now we have fifths, right? That is the denominator of the fraction. So 1 whole equals 5/5, right? So basically what we're doing is we're going to multiply 2 times 5, which equals 10, because that would be 10/5, which equals 2. And then we're just going to add this 10/5 to the 2/5, and that becomes 12/5. So that's what you're doing. Just to simplify it, I went through why we're doing it, but really you're just multiplying the whole number times the denominator, and then you're adding that number to the numerator, and then the denominator stays the same. So to do that here, we do 3 times 8, which equals 24. Then we're going to add that to 7, which is 31. Sorry for that weird 3. And the denominator stays the same. So you should just basically remember that that's what we're doing, right? And if you're kind of like, oh, what numbers do I multiply and stuff, you can think about why we're doing it, and that might help you to remember, right? So really, since 8 over 8 equals 1, then 24/8 is going to equal 3, and then we're just adding 24/8 plus the 7. It's kind of like finding, it's basically like finding a like denominator, right? So that's how you convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. And to convert improper fractions into mixed numbers, all you're doing is division. The fraction bar is literally a division bar. So this is literally the same as this. Exactly the same. The fraction bar just means division. Okay, so what we can do here is just do 4 into 26. How many times does 4 go into 26? The answer is 6, right? Remainder 2. So then what happens is I guess you could call this the quotient, because it is the answer, but basically the base quotient without the remainder becomes the whole number. The remainder becomes the numerator, and then the denominator stays the same. So this is 6 and 2/4, which, since 2/4 can be reduced, both top and bottom can divide by 2, it's actually 6.5. And then for this one, we're going to do the same thing. 12 goes into 38 3 times, right? And then with a remainder of 2, and so it is 3 and 2/12. I can do the same thing here, where each of these can be divided by 2, and it actually reduced and proper form would be 3 and 1/6. Now, if you ever get a number like a mixed number with an improper fraction in it, which sometimes you actually will if you're adding fractions together, what you need to do is convert this improper fraction and add it into the mixed number, right? So 12/9 would actually be 1 and 3/9, which actually equals 1 and 1/3, right? Because 3 and 9 can both be divided by 3. And so we're just actually going to add 1 and 1/3 to 3, and it becomes 4 and 1/3. So sometimes mixed numbers are appropriate, sometimes improper fractions, they want those. It depends, sometimes they'll specify in the word problem if they want the answer in an improper fraction or a mixed number. But know that if you ever have an improper fraction in a mixed number, that's always wrong, and you need to convert it so that the extra whole number in the improper fraction goes into the mixed number. So hopefully that was helpful in showing how to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions and vice versa, and basically why these methods work.